the campaigns. It's not about, what people would say, but elections are won in on election days by, some, issues, and matters that are on ground. Now, for elections, it is about, having agents all around and, of course, to monitor what is going on. It is about, incumbency. It is about, it is about tribe. It is about religion. And it is about who has the war chest, so to say, to make sure that it monitors its election and it, is around to make sure that people come out to vote. Now, we see with the candidates that we have on ground now, especially with all the parties that are in the opposition, the NDC is there, Peter Obi as the presidential candidate, the ADC has Atiku Abubakar, the ruling party has Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and of course, these are some of the key contestants that we have now. And so, Bola Tinubu as the president of the country, and of course, has incumbency factor working on his side. And of course, the war chest is not also a problem. The APC has its agents in all parts of the country, and of course, it can make sure that it monitors its elections. ADC, would say that Atiku is there too. Former vice president, known all over from the north, and of course, would have the support of his people, right or wrong, and could also be a man with the resources too to have agents all around. Peter Obi, right from the east, southeast of Nigeria, yes, will have his people behind him, but as he is all over the country, the people all over know him and would believe in what he says he can do for Nigeria, and all of that. So, looking at Nigeria and elections, what are some of the considerations to really say that, yes, one may be coasting home to victory with all of the considerations you put on our elections? Your thoughts here? ALUKO. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Okay. What I'm saying is that election have its own circle. And except you follow the full circle, you cannot lay claim to anything. Yes, these days people buy people use all sorts of sentiment. But it's because we are not running democracy as expected. What we have in Nigeria is ordinary civil rule that just concerned about the day of election. But in real democracy, election has its own full circle, pre-election, during election, and post-election, and it goes the whole 4 years, either as incumbent or as opposition party. It is expected that they constructively engage people at different levels, engage people in terms of campaign, engage people in terms of their campaign promises, engage people in terms of performance, engage people in terms of alternative program. Unfortunately, we have not had that good set of thinking in Nigeria. And if you read the book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 8, from verse 9 downward, there was a man called Simeon that bewitched a whole city. What we are having in Nigeria is bewitchment of evil of different strands and of different dimensions. And that you have money does not mean you have victory. And as we proceed towards 2007 election, that you are winning at the party level or at state level does not guarantee a presidential PR. We've seen it in 2023 election, where there are no infrastructure, political infrastructure, but different candidates want at different times. So what am I saying in essence? What happens between now and December and the day of election matters in terms of security, in terms of performance, in terms of programming. What does the incumbent have? What does the opposition have? These are the selling points. And let me say this. History, I'm a student of history. When IBB was the military head of state, he talks, people celebrate. But when people turn back at him, up to today, he's still regretting it. So that you are in president. And I said it's not only Jonathan that can lose election. Anybody can lose election. So it's very, very important that we realize that there's a different ball game at the local government level. There's different ball game at the state level, and there's also different ball game at the national level. And whoever is banting that he has support everywhere, he doesn't follow. Concept of inclusion is key. And Nigerians are saying, even his close friend, let me quote one of his friends, that Okonko, that man that asked beyond the bondage. He was supporting Atiku, but when he saw the choice of vice president, he said the Southeast has been negotiated out of power. Either we like it or not, integrity matter, character matter. Atiku was part of the people that started power shift in PDP, though a gentleman agreement in the north, and then you go south. So I don't see any reason why it's coming on ballot. And if at the end they even have it, he's going to have problem on his hands. Because in Nigeria, as we speak today, in 28 states, there's challenge of inclusion. And where people impose government anyhow, it has its own repercussion. So let nobody claim he owns the north. Let nobody claim he owns the south. The most important thing is that between now and January, there will be interplay of forces. Who is the presidential candidate? Who is the vice presidential candidate? How does it massage the ego of regional and ethnic and religious feeling? These are challenges of fact that our constitution even recognizes. That's why we have quota system. That's why we have federal affirmative action. That's why we have federal character. So people cannot petition this and go. And let me say this, nobody have inherited the vote of Buhari in the north. Nobody. And even if you claim you have the vote of the north, clearly speaking, before 2015, Buhari used to have the vote in the north. But the vote in the north alone cannot give you the presidency. So it's very, very important that everybody, every political actor and player should realize that Nigeria of today is wiser than Nigeria of yesterday. And people are going to decide on the basis of what affects them in terms of insecurity, in terms of economic program, in terms of inclusion and development. These are germane factors that will play out in the presidential election. So, AKT, we saw the malfeasance that happened, where people are being given a voter's card that is not their own and people give them money. It's not money. But at the end of the day, people that also sell themselves, they will also perish themselves with the money. Nigeria must realize that Nigeria is not for sale. As a father, don't sell your family. As a mother, don't sell your family. As you, don't sell your future. And if you choose to sell it, you bear the repercussion.
But again, in talking about all of this, also put some considerations on the situation of the country that, like it or not, Nigeria's the poverty level, as some would say, top on the list in all the world. That Nigeria is, really sitting on that people are impoverished, and that government has not taken care of the welfare of the people. And then you talk about insecurity. Some would say that we've never had it this bad, especially that the terrorists are doing a lot of damage on the image of Nigeria and to the people of Nigeria. Videos going viral on children, the kind of horror that we see that these terrorists, these people from the pit of hell put them through, and then of parents who are beheaded and all rape, all of that going on. How does this, sound or stick out for this administration when all of this goes viral and people are seeing children, women raped, children, being tortured, and all of that? Fathers are all there in the bushes, and so how does that play out for this administration, the ruling party?
Either we like it or not, it will surely count against the ruling party. Because when they were in the opposition, that was what they used to galvanize people, to win some people's support and the rest of it. And definitely it will count against this government, because even our constitution says that the basis of governance, the primary function of governance is security of life and property and promotion of the welfare of the people. This government have lost it from the first day that the president said subsidy is gone. That's part of the economic problem, the hyperinflation, followed by the devaluation of our naira. you hold 1,000 and cannot buy you more than 2 things or the rest. So those are factors to count. But when we come to the north, I'm also speaking, I'm from Kogi State, so that people that are regional identities, they will realize what I'm saying. Take for instance, they not have been in power for long. Have they not created more problems to themselves? And that's why when anybody is claiming is going to use the North card to win election, you have which North? North is not as monolithic as before. There's no program binding the North together as one. Then in terms of plundering, in terms of killing, in terms of maiming, it's higher in the North than in the South. So if you say you have the magic stick to stop the problem, what have you been able to do with your friends that were in government? That's one. And then secondly, you come to the same North again. You ask the critical question. In terms of profiling, the problem of the North is wrong profiling. When it was Boko Haram, they said it's their own. When it became a bandit, they give it another profiling. When it became kidnapping, they give it. But recent experience from what the military headquarters is giving us, where you have SARCOM or what they call it, linked up, it shows that there's a linkage between these people to ISIS and Boko Haram and the rest of it. If you listen to the one that happened in Oyo State, the government has said that it's a fraction of the Boko Haram that kidnapped the people, those students in Oyo. What am I saying? The North should count themselves guilty as charged because they have been in power for long. They are the ones that have caused the level of poverty in their different states. They are the ones that have allowed the funding of their different states. I say this with all facts. In terms of government perception, democratic credentials, in terms of also security of life and providing of basic need of life, the North is worse off. And this is why when people talk about Ariwa, I ask which Ariwa? Is it the Ariwa that have not allowed people to function as a good Muslim and as a good Christian or as a people? Or is it the Ariwa that the Tafa Balewa promoted and gave us ABU and the rest of it? I'm happy you are in Kaduna. That NNDC building, that 10-story or 8-story building, that is by that way, Ahmadu Bello way, it was set up to develop the North. Which economic blueprint does the North have? We've seen Southwest coming out to say that their own development commission is going to bring down rail on board very soon. We have seen the security architecture they've been able to galvanize themselves. We have seen the economic blueprint of linking infrastructure together. Have you had that in the North? And that is the major challenge the North must face. Let me quote what Chewu Sani said. He said, before you point one finger to other region, the five-point finger is pointing at you. So I've listened to many people in governance in the North. Are they not the one dilly-dallying with the bandits? Are they not the one that started paying people? Let me start from Kaduna. Is it not verified that first pay bandits money in this country? And then from there, have we not seen people sitting down saying they are doing fake negotiation, and at the end, the elders were kidnapped? So we must tell ourselves the truth. The Alimajiri phenomenon, the begging culture that is not part of the northern culture, is it not the type of policy that people promote in governance that promote this? Even the question of mass marriage, you ask people to mass marry. What indoctrination have you given them? What teaching have you given them? What economic balance have you given them to sustain the marriage? So these are the issues. We cannot claim to be more holier than people in Saudi Arabia. Compare what is happening in the North and what is happening in Saudi Arabia. You will cry. So people in the North, and I'm saying this, if they say Kogi is part of it, I'm saying it. In Kogi State, we've seen what Yaya Bello have done. We've seen the EFCC cases that is coming up. And it still be celebrated as their own. The North must jettison this mentality that you must support your own and defend your own at all costs. Even when your own, you know, it's not the very best. We must get to that point so that at the end of the day, we can develop like other regions. Look at the textile industry in Kaduna. Is anybody talking about how to reopen it?
Yes.
What about the textile industry in Kano? Is anybody talking about how to open it? Go to Katsina, the cotton mills that we have there. What has become of it? So people should not use the name of the North to steal. Anybody that will not promote the very best for the people of the North, I am advising the Northerners, punish the person at the poll, vote against the person at the poll, and anybody, wherever it comes from, that you know can genuinely represent the interest that we promote humanity, that we make sure that the North is secure and other places is secure. Support the person wherever the person comes from. We do not need anybody that is a thief to say he wants to keep our yam again in the North.
All right, ALUKO, getting signals that I must, go for a commercial break. I'll be back with you at the turn of the break.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Are you serious? For real, are you serious? Invicta FM.
Oh yeah, shoppers, make una hear correct gist. Maggi chicken flavor promo don land o.
Buy Maggi chicken flavor 50 double cubes pack and get 10 extra cubes free.
Yes o, and if you buy small 10 double cubes pack, you go get 4 cubes free.
Na more rich chicken taste, more enjoyment, and more value for your money.
Rush go your nearest shop now and ask for Maggi chicken flavor promo pack before e finish. Offer valid while stocks last. Me and Maggi, so good together.
This June, get more on DSTV. That means with same price, you get more channels, more action, and drama.
You just call me. What more fire?
Pay on compact and watch premium. That's 2 levels higher. DSTV Confirm and Yanga subscriptions get the next higher package. Renew today and enjoy more on us all June. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
E get why we dey plan and pray for our children every day.
E get why.
E get why we dey get up to go hustle every day.
E get why.
And e get why Nigerians trust M&B paracetamol, the red one, every day.
E get why.
E dey show pain red card kia, so we fit to face life without pains. Therefore, next time pain show him wawa face, knock am with M&B paracetamol, the red one.
E get why.
M&B paracetamol, the red one na for you and your family, and e dey clear pain, small cold and fever one hand. If your symptoms no clear after 2 days, go see doctor. M&B paracetamol go give you quick relief one time.
Ya ku 'yan Najeriya, kuna neman hanyoyin da za ku bi wajen adana datar ku? Kuna iya farawa da manhajojinku, wato apps, ta hanyar goge su, wanda hakan shi ma yana taimakawa. Ba ma wannan ba, har da ƙari, saboda yawancin manhajoji suna da abun adana data, don haka sai ku kunna su ta yadda za su sarrafa yin amfani da datar ku. Haka zalika, za ku iya zuwa wurin saitin waya don ku kashe wurin da wayar ku ke sabunta manhaja da kanta. A ƙarshe, sai ku rufe dukkan apps ɗinku a lokacin da ba ku amfani da su don adana muku data. Waɗannan canje-canje za su iya kawo babban sauyi. Don neman ƙarin bayani, ana iya ziyartar yanar gizon masu kula da wayar tafi da gidanka, mobile operators, ko consumer.ncc.gov.ng don samun taimakon shawarwari. Kasance da mu a koda yaushe don more amfani da datar ka. Wannan saƙo ne daga ƙungiyar dillalan ma'aikatan sadarwa ta Najeriya tare da haɗin gwiwar hukumar sadarwa ta Najeriya NCC.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari sai Kivo.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game on promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Hey, everybody come outside, oh! It don't happen. Hey,
Cletus, why you dey shout like this?
Go TV don't bust my head, oh! You never hear say decoder plus antenna plus 1 month jolly subscription. Now only 15,000 naira.
You say?
GoTV don scatter market with their World Cup special offer. Oh. With only 15,000 naira, we go carry cha-cha decoder plus antenna plus 1 month subscription. Take torchlight the whole 104 matches for this FIFA World Cup 2026 with correct pidgin commentary. All this go happen live for 4 correct channels for Super Sport on top GoTV.
Hey, this one not be smart, you know. Make I go arrange my own decoder sharp.
GoTV. Love it.
Ina kwana Onion Banana Connect.
Hello 7790 yawa kawata ta ce allura za ta tafi har kwakwalwata shin ga hakan gaskiya ne?
Honey and Banana Connect.
To ina kasuwa sai yar uwar matar makwabcina ta ce matar da ke amfani da maganin tazaran haihuwa mazajen su za su daina son su.
Honey and Banana Connect.
Ni ce kuma goggota ta ce idan na bayar da tazaran haihuwa tsakanin yarana mutane za su yi tunani akwai wata matsala a aure na. Shin gaskiya ne? Honey and Banana Connect na nan don duka tambayoyinku. Kira 7790 a kowane lokaci don tattauna da kwararun kan tazaran haihuwa da lafiyar jami'i. Kyauta ne a asirci kuma babu tsangwama. Kira 7790 ko turo sakon WhatsApp ta 09097133400 a yau.
Honey and Banana Connect ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, kara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
Jolly Johnny akan titi ke magana a yau za mu ga kyakkyawar sani da mutane suka yi wa Maggi Chicken Flavor. Na gaba karanto harufan celery.
S-E-A-L-A-R-R-I-E celery.
Haba mutumina, ka ce kawai ka sauya harufan zuwa salary. To ga damar karshe karanto mana harufan turmeric.
T-U-R-M-E-R-I-C. Turmeric.
Kin yi daidai ga kwali ɗaya na Maggi Chicken Flavor ki ɗauka.
Maggi Chicken Flavor tare da albasa, celery da kuma turmeric mai canza wasa na.
Ai wasu mutanen ba san dalilin da yasa data suke karewa ba, amma bari ne muku bayani. Kun san idan mai waya na bacci wayan na yin wasu abubuwa da bai sani ba? Idan har hakan ya faru? A wannan sa'in waya ke adana bayanai a cloud backup a sa'in da bacin ke ƙara nisa. Sai ta ci gaba da sabunta manhajojin da ke kanta ko da ba a amfani da ita. Haba mai gida, ai ka san dole in san abin da ke faruwa a intanet.
A sha datar da na sanya ta ƙare.
Jas, ba na gaya muku ba?
Ka kula kada wayarka ta kwashe maka data da auto update. Ka rufe manhajojin da baka aiki da su. Ka rufe tabs ɗin da baka amfani da su a duk lokacin da datar ka take a kunne.
A'a, me ya zafi? Ni fa bayani ne kawai nawa. Ka kula da datar ka don kar waya ta cinye.
More datar ka kuma leave it 100.
This award goes to the most punctual student of the entire school. And the winner is Lisa Solomon.
Something is telling me that she makes her daughter skip breakfast just to be here. You people could have just asked. I would have been happy to tell you my secret.
Enjoy instant goodness with John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate. The quickest start to your morning.
Perceptions could change. Opinions can be formed with more and accurate information. Get all sides, views, and opinions on topical issues. Have your say on Perspectives. With Toyin Alabi at 9 a.m. Mondays to
and we're looking at what are developing stories in the Nigerian society. And of course, we're looking at insecurity. We're also looking at, elections and what will play out on election days. And my guest this morning, ALUKO Daniel, is an activist, is also a former student union leader. He's also with, was a confab at the delegate at the Goodluck Jonathan's confab of 2014. And a public affairs analyst is putting his thoughts on what is screaming out in the Nigerian society today. Well, ALUKO, again, like I played a picture of the presidential candidates that we're seeing with the parties. Atiku, of course, some would say representing the North. Peter Obi standing in for the Southeast, and of course incumbent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, some would say, also coming out from the Southwest. And so all of these may play out in the elections of 2027. Well, let me talk about Peter Obi a little bit here. The Southeast has not, for a long time, have a shot at the presidency. And they're doing all they can, and they want it at this time more than any other time. And so Peter Obi stands as one representing the Southeast to have a taste of it. If we must call ourselves Nigerians, and in Nigeria, it must go all round. For the North, it has had a shot of it more than any other region of the country. And of course, Atiku Abubakar representing that. And so all of these, public affairs analysts are putting their thoughts on the way the people will think and, what will influence their decision on what candidate to vote for. Now, stay with the North too. And of course, you made mention of the North, not a monolithic North again. Kogi State, as we see it, is part of the Middle Belt. And so that the North, which has always said that it has, control of elections and how the pendulum would swing, that may just not be working again. But the North has one grouse with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is that he has not, helped the North that voted him to power. And so the North wants to take its revenge or take its, its toll on Bola Ahmed Tinubu by not, voting this administration back, or Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration back. And so the elders of the North, under the Northern Elders Forum, Arewa Consultative Forum, is saying that no, it may not be that way what they did in 2023. El-Rufai has said, former governor of Kaduna State, has said that they brought Tinubu in, and so they will do all they can to take him out. So when you see all of this scenario playing, the Igbo standing behind Peter Obi as their candidate, Southwest on Bola Ahmed Tinubu as their own, and the North, standing behind their man, Atiku Abubakar. People talk about, this, all of these would split votes, and all of these would, really play a big role in how elections will come out in 2027. For you, what are the concerns that you put into the elections of 2027? Of course, democracy, we say, is government of the people, by the people, for the people. But have the people been considered at any time in our elections? Or that the powers that be, the incumbency factor, and all of that, would be the determinant for our elections in 2027? Hello, ALUKO. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I hope you got me. Did you get me?
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, ALUKO. We're having problems with our lines, and I hope that we can get it right. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
network problem, but again, we're on top of it. Aluko Daniel is back with us, I guess, this morning on Perspectives. And yes, Aluko, I was just playing the scenario of, the candidates, that we have. Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president, and of course, with the APC, Atiku Abubakar, of the ADC, Peter Obi of the NDC. And yes, three contestants, so to say, and of course, all vying for that, position of being the president of the country. Tinubu wants to maintain status quo, continue with the work he's doing. At the address on June 12th, you remember, that we said it was Democracy Day. President Tinubu outlined on some of the things he wanted to do for the country and will do if he's given his second term. Of course, it has not been rosy. The pains have been there. Nigerians are going through very difficult times, hard times. But Tinubu would say that all of this was mismanagement of the affairs of the country before his time. And so he's there to get it right and to put it right. But again, opposition is saying that he has worsened the situation of the country in terms of insecurity, poverty, and of course, economy not smiling on Nigerians and everything. So we're saying two parties, opposition and the ruling party, all trying to, work on each other, and so to continue to put out, the bad spots of each party. The opposition has said that it is the ruling party that has planted moles and not making opposition to, get on the right path. But how true this is, again, we'll talk about it someday. Okay, so on the issue of the North, the monolithic North that we once had, you've said that it is not there anymore. The Middle Belt is coming out to say that it does not want to be part of that North again. And so, is the pendulum going to swing the other way, that the North may not have, the power it once had in trying to determine elections in Nigeria? Where is that coming from? Can the North, not, go on with how it has always swung elections in the country?
One thing we must know is that history itself is positive, also negative, depending on the role we play. The North as we have it today is not as what we used to have in terms of program, be it economy, be it political. It's not like that. In fact, what we have is differentials of interest, and people just seeking for platform to promote a northern sentiment, to loot, to steal, and to plunder. If you go to many states in the north, you will ask yourself what has happened, apart from the state capital in some cases. Outside state capital, there is no development anywhere. Even the development within the capital is not driven by people-centered palace. Some is driven by corruption, some is driven. Let me bring one for instance. Overhead bridges in many states in the north is a misplaced priority. Why do I say it's misplaced priority? How many number of vehicles do they have in those places? Some of them are also driven with corruption, because in road construction you can steal and cover up. In the north, what we need is good road network, not overhead bridges. I can understand in Kano in some places, but most of other state capital is good road network that we need, not overhead bridges. That's one. And then secondly, if you look at their economy policies, even their religious politics, it does not bear the ambience of the politics and the religion of the people. Take for instance, Zamfara today, why don't you have good water system? In many northern states, we don't have good water system. If you talk in terms of maternal mortality, and then you also look at other mortality, it's very high in the north. School enrollment is low. And then when you go to the religious line, even those attending some Islamic front of education, many of their leaders are not also well informed. Take for instance, this culture of Alimajiri, I can say clearly is not part of the culture of the north. It's of poverty. If you read the book of Balaus man of blessed memory, he came out clear. And some of these governors, senators, House of Rep members, They are promoting that culture of poverty in the north. Their children are in Egypt. Their children is in what do they call Dubai? Their children is in US. Their children is in Saudi Arabia, many places. But they will travel out of this country and come back and not replicate the same thing. I want to be practical now. I don't have anything against Rufai as a person, but in terms of some of his policies, whoever knew that Rufai family was in Saudi, was in Egypt until when this crisis started. And the same thing you go to, if you travel out of this country, some of those countries, you will just see fleets of estates owned by Nigeria. I'm not saying that people do not own it, but many of them are not rebuilding, reinventing that way in Nigeria. Look at the landmark that Bandi and Boko Haram and terrorists and kidnappers are using in the north. It's because we didn't take advantage of it. We have the landmark, but we didn't use it. In terms of agriculture, we have not taken advantage of the economic advantage that God Himself in His mercy gave us. If not by now, it should be us that will be feeding the country. We will have regained a lot, even in terms of mineral resources, that is creating another form of insecurity rooted in mining sector and the rest. It's because we didn't take advantage of it for our people. If we did, believe you me, many of these problems in the north, before in the north, will not be there. And I can tell you where the north have also created opportunity for its citizens. Many of them have made a lot of mark. Many of them. When last did you hear about scholarship being given on merit in the north? That's why people may not like Concourse, but at least the sense of scholarship he has given out to people in Kano when he was governor, nobody can take it away from him. This is the issue. The north is not, they don't even have a northern agenda. In fact, when they say the northern agenda is self-service and self-deceit. When they gather in Arewa House in Kaduna, they don't tell themselves the truth. The essence of Arewa House in Kaduna is for peer review. Come and compare notes. Every now and then they have meeting, northern governors meeting in Kaduna. What are they meeting for? They should sit down and say, okay, this day, wow, how are you doing it better? How are you doing it better? And move on. So I am saying this, that except they revenge the wheel, except they serve the people, the north is more endangered now more than ever before. Their last talk was Buhari, and unfortunately Buhari did not even do what will even serve the best interest of the north. So this is what I'm saying. Other regions are gathering themselves economically, they are gathering themselves politically. But in the north, you hear corner, you have middle belt, you have another one. Look at what is happening in Kwara State. Is it not an eyesore that the north cannot mobilize and stop the carnage in Kwara State, in Zamfara, in Katsina? Not to even talk about Kaduna. So the north is not as monolithic as if anybody is deceiving himself that there is a one north is a lie. Except we revenge the wheel. There's nothing like one north.
Well, again, bring it. This is also an issue of the whole country, but the North again bears, bulk of the pains. You're talking about insecurity. Yes, we getting it that the Oyo, students, children, maybe, and soon enough that they will be free from captivity, and so. Kudos again to the Nigerian military that is doing all it can to secure the country. But the people are asking that it has not done enough and would put it on the president that there has not been that political will to secure this nation. And so if we talk about the Nigerian military and what it had done in other parts of the world where it had gone on peacekeeping and all of that and had done well. And so you ask the question back home, what is stopping us? And the military itself, from what we hear, from the grapevine, is saying that, this ragtag army, have turned to a sophisticated army today. But again, that the military is up to the task of facing it and wiping out these terrorists from the face of Nigeria. What is holding us back? And again, is it government that is complicit about not securing the country? And what are you making out of it?
The government we have in Nigeria story that we have in the book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 8, from verses 9 downward, where one man, Simeon, bewitched a whole society, took away the joy of the people, and pretended that he's God until he was dealt with. And I think we must tell the president, is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. When all things goes right, he hand the accolade. And when things go wrong, he must also accept it. Look at the last speech. The so-called, I'm using the so-called because it pains me that my president is not speaking to issue. You are still telling people, come and bear the arm down, come and do this. You are going to deal with them, deal with the sponsor. That's not what we expect. Let's see action. When he was in opposition, let people go and Google on what he said about Jonathan. Has he not said less than that? Why have we not declared this group as terrorists? When they declare IPOB terrorists under Buhari, why have we not seen the speed in this occasion? And then secondly, people should not use the Ibadan to celebrate. The Ibadan happened because the governor was able to say they are still within the national park. And then the length and breadth of national park, it can be surrounded. What about in other places? I'm not making an excuse. Then we come to our military and other security. When they travel out of the country, they are the best. Because they give them the best equipment. They give them the best environment. But here in Nigeria, we have not created good enabling environment for them. We have not even trained them as expected. We don't even give them equipment. Globally, we just saw the war in Iran, Israel, and US. People were using technology to battle it. You cannot take technology out of what we are doing and say you will succeed. And that is the more reason why government must invest in security of life and property. And they must create the enabling environment. Let me quote the CDS now. What the meaning of the CDS said to me? It doesn't make meaning. You are saying that these people beheading Nigeria, that they are prodigal sons. Where do you see that type of prodigal son? The prodigal son in the Bible, did he kill anybody? The prodigal son in the Bible, did he kidnap anybody? The prodigal son in the Bible, did he at any point threaten the state? If this is not Nigeria, it's only in Nigeria you have those type of people in public office. In other countries, they will have asked him to resign or they sack him. And then you come to the presidency too. You say state policing. You campaigned about it. 3 years down the drain, we are still full dragging. It's just now that the National Assembly and House of Reps. But when you want to know within hours, you have it. So I must tell the president that he's playing politics with the life of Nigeria. And then to the opposition, they have not credibly give us alternative program of ending this Boko Haram. And Buhari is gone today, but we will remember him for one thing. That when he gave up the chief of army staff that did not perform, people like Brutai and other people, what did he give them as a reward? He gave them national award. It's only in this country, you put people in public office, they will underperform, and you'll be giving them national award. Where's Brutai now? And many other people. And up till date, I'm saying this, nobody has given credible account of the money that we have invested in the security. Look at the recent defense assembly. The other day, they want to open the debate. They close it again. So this is the problem of this country. Yes, within the military, they also have problems because of bad recruitment, bad way of promoting their people, and then playing politics of exclusion to eliminate the progressive minded among them. Have we had a reward system to reward the best among the military? Have we had a sanctioning system to sanction those that ahead? No. And then you come to this federal government policy of repented Boko Haram. Boko Haram that have not been able to give account for the evil they have done. You bring them and reintegrate them into the society that they don't be. Look at the one that happened in Kaduna recently. In the name of repented Boko Haram. Kidnap 9 people and kill the district head son. So the government itself is over polluting the military for us. And except we think one, in the next 5-10 years, what is going to become of the military? They remain the last stop of federalism, of a state power. And now generals are being killed, everywhere and no repercussion. Rather, we are only dealing that meeting with criminal elements. And we are saying in the name of the our own, Part of what has killed our Nigerian security sector is promoting our own that are underperforming over the ones that are performing. And then apart from that, it is also the problem of the North. Namune, wanene naku. Onde yana keshe mutu everybody yana sa wuta chicken gerikuse nakune ba naku ba na shetani until we begin to deal with people that are evil and not reward evil and begin to speedily enforce judgment against every form of evil. We are just playing with the future of our country. And regrettably, if we don't get it right early enough, Nigeria may be consumed very soon. I'm not a prophet of doom, and that's why I'm speaking this. The way and manner we are romancing evil and celebrating evil and mystifying evil, may God not allow the evil happen to all of us one day.
All right, okay, ALUKO, again, I'll take a short break now. I'll be back with you shortly.
Every day, baby.
This is the station playing today's best mix.
Terrific.
Invicta FM.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari. Kivo.
Hey, attention. Balasa Retirement Center don open o. Come buy better phone for just 65,000. You fit finally open WhatsApp, enter Facebook, dey snap better picture. Drop that your old phone wey no dey show video because this life e don move online. You suppose follow am go the next level. Now na your turn. Get ogbonge phone from 65,000 naira with the new MTN Smart Series. E get up to 30 gig free data plus 50% bonus on calls and data join. Get free insurance and free case on top. Hey, wetin you dey wait for? Waka go any MTN store wey dey near you or visit shop.mtn.ng. Go collect your own today. Terms and conditions dey sha o.
Zainab, ke da Alhaji duk sanda na waiwaya ina ganin ku tare ba a raba ku. Me zan ce ba ma gajiya da juna. To yaushe muke sa rana na uku. Ce abu game da na uku. Amma ni da Alhaji mun amince cewa jikina na bukatar lokaci. Shi yasa ina da 7790. 7790? 7790 daga Honey and Banana Connect. Ita ce amintaciyar hanyar samu bayananniyar shawara ba tare da tsangwama ba akan duk abin da ya shafi tazaran haihuwa. Ku tattauna da ƙwararrun ma'aikata don samun jagoranci game da bayar da tazaran haihuwa. Tafiyar ki ce, jikinki ne duk lokacin da kika zaba. Kira 7790 a yau ko ku aiko mana da sakon WhatsApp a 09097133400. Honey and Banana Connect. Ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Ya ku masu ciniki, albishirinku gasar Maggi Chicken Flavor ya sake dawowa.
A sayi Maggi Chicken mai dunkule biyu kwaya 50 a samu garabasar guda 10 a kyauta.
Tabbas haka ne, idan kuma guda 10 aka saya, to za a samu garabasar guda 4 a kyauta.
Wato ƙarin ɗanɗano mai armashi, ƙarin nishaɗi, tare da more kuɗin ka yadda ya kamata.
A hanzarta maza a je shago mafi kusa domin sayan paketin kunshin gasar Maggi Chicken Flavor kafin ya ƙare. Gasar na nan har sai kayan sun ƙare. Da ni da Maggi, haɗuwa mai armashi.
The time is 10 o'clock.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. I am Job Daniel with the news brief. The Nigeria Customs Service will lose 1,516 officers nationwide over the next 2 years, following the release of statutory retirement lists covering 825 officers in 2026 and 691 officers in 2027. The retirement notices were contained in 2 restricted circulars issued by the Service's Human Resource and Development Department and signed by the Controller Establishment, A.A. Bazwaye, on behalf of the Deputy Controller General, Human Resources and Development. According to the document, officers across all cadres, from the rank of Deputy Controller General to Customs Assistant 2, will exit the service in line with the statutory retirement provisions. The Abia State government has approved the prohibition of commercial motorcycle operations, popularly known as Okada, within the metropolitan areas of Umuahia, Aba and Ohafia, as part of efforts to strengthen security and improve public transportation. The ban takes effect from today, Monday, June 22nd, was announced in a statement issued on Saturday by the Commissioner for Information, Oke Kano. According to the government, the directive forms part of the ongoing measures aimed at enhancing public safety, improving traffic management, and promoting a more organized transportation system across the affected urban centers. From the foreign scene, the British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has resigned in a televised statement after coming under mounting pressure from his own Labour Party. Starmer has announced a timetable for his resignation as Prime Minister, triggering a Labour leadership contest and then ending up with the decisive by-election win by his rival Andy Burnham to claim a parliamentary seat in northwest England. He says he asked Labour's National Executive Committee to set out the process for choosing his successor, with nominations due to open on 9th July. And in sports, Serena Williams will make a surprise return to singles action at Wimbledon later this month after accepting a wildcard. The 44-year-old has been given the final spot in the women's main draw, filling a gap left following the initial announcement on Tuesday. Williams will discover her first-round opponent when the draw takes place on Friday, with the tournament getting underway on Monday, June 29th. And that makes the news brief at 10. A major bulletin comes about midday. Good morning, and have a victorious day as we continue with the program Perspectives.
Invicta 98.9 FM.
Welcome back. Still with the program Perspectives this morning, and we're looking at our elections and what shape they will take. And of course, we're also looking at insecurity, a huge problem that Nigeria is grappling with. And of course, my guest this morning, ALUKO Daniels, a public affairs analyst, former student union leader and activist, putting his thoughts on all of these developing stories. I still come to stay, with insecurity in Nigeria, and with what has come out with the president's address to the nation, Democracy Day. He has said that 1,000 forest guards would be recruited, to beef up security. And some are saying that this is just a drop in the ocean for the ungoverned spaces that we have all over Nigeria. 1,000, forest guards, and how this will, still secure the country. We're also on the issue of state police that, the National Assembly is on it to speed up, on state police. And when we get all of that together, the governors of the states can now claim, to be the chief security officers of their states. How this will come out, and play. Because again, we're getting that people are very much on it, that the government should just declare a state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. So, your thoughts here before we get our lines opened. Hello, ALUKO.
Hello?
Yes.
I didn't hear you clearly.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's see.
The network of Nigeria is like
ALUKO. Yeah, I was talking about insecurity in Nigeria. The president's state address, Democracy Day, was like on recruiting 1,000 forest guards, and of course to speed up the issue of getting state police into the operations of the country. And we're saying that if this is done, this will speed up on securing the nation too. But some are saying that this government should declare a state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. So getting 1,000 forest guards and speeding up on the issue of state police, and of course also declaring the state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. Where is all of this going to play out on?
Number one, either we like it or not, the current security system is long overdue for review. The architecture can no longer protect Nigeria.
Yes, okay.
The current security architecture is meant to protect few individuals, especially the political class and some of their friends. So the review is a welcome, though very belated, and nobody should. We ought to have this long before now. But for the selfishness of the office of the Inspector General and past presidents of Nigeria, I felt that they should monopolize the use of the force for their own primitive accumulation. But now that we have it, we must not dance more than expected. How will the state equip them? What type of equipment are they going to give them? What type of recruitment are they going to make? So that they don't bring thugs and put them in place. I've read through the bills, both by the National Assembly and the House of Reps. Good as it is, but something is missing. The level of accountability is still limited. The people are not involved. The civil society are not involved as expected. You have, if you do the ratio of those in government in those boards, that is the council, they call it National Police Council, is still very hard tilted to serve the district. But beyond that, internal vigilance is key. We must not allow the governors to take advantage of it. It's a welcome development, but we must graduate from that level to community level. Other countries, what they have is community policing. Community policing after they have either district or whatever they have. So we develop to that point that our local government system are functioning enough, empowered enough, be able to gather intelligence, analyze it, and if whatever problem at the level of local government, all this kidnapping, all these criminal acts, if you look at the ratio between urban and rural areas, it's higher in the rural area because of the level of the vulnerability of the rural setting. If you have a functional local government system that is accountable to the people, it will also go a long way to help. And then beyond that one, we must make sure that this police that is coming to the state level is not just actions of another political power or a group of people that does not mean well for the society. Internal vigilance is key. It's welcome, but we must deepen the involvement of people. We must deepen the operational line. We must deepen their functionality. And whatever support we can give it to function well, we must be ready to give it. It cannot exist on paper and work. People must look at why is it that our police system are not working and make sure we do the needful at the local government level, especially at the recruitment basis. Let it be people that deserve it. Let it be people that have passion to secure life and protect that have it. No group of individuals that will be ready to become instruments in the hands of the governors.
Yes, again, we also look at election day. We're moving towards that now, and of course, people are talking about this how secure is Nigeria now to have an election that will be credible, free, and fair. that with this level of kidnapping and this level of terrorism that we have spread all over, can we have an election that will accommodate Nigerians to the polls and not have, this apathy that Nigerians are showing towards electionery? Well, of course, that of Ekiti State, there were no incidences that drew concern. But for general elections of 2027, what are the things that must be put in place? We're talking about having, Nigerians come out, eligible Nigerians come out to vote. Are you concerned about the apathy that may be shown at this election day?
One thing is that Nigeria must unite to defeat evil and wickedness, be it political kidnapping, political terrorism, or whatever. And that's why it's no longer party that matters in this country. It's no longer individual that power of incumbency or of occupation. We must critically assess which one of them can help the problem, not the one that will embolden the evil. That is one. And secondly, we must vote right. People should come out en masse and vote. That's one way to defeat terrorism. If you feel the federal government is not doing enough, come out en masse and vote against them. If you feel they are doing enough, come out en masse and vote for them. That's the only way to defeat terror in this country. As long as we celebrate terror, it will continue. But if we denounce it and we don't accept it, believe you me, it will die naturally. But we must be vigilant to the intent and purpose that we are also ready to do the right. We must not behave like Esau, that will collect money and vote in the wrong people. If we vote in the wrong people, when they come to kidnap you as a father or as a mother, or they rape your wife and children, you shouldn't blame anybody. Rather, Nigerians should know what is pan-Nigerian agenda, and on that basis, engage the electoral process. Don't just vote for anybody anyhow. Anybody that don't deserve your vote, don't give them. And those that deserve your vote, massively give them the vote so that nobody will leave them out of power. I am saying this. If you read that book of Acts of Apostles, very well, chapter 8, they told Simon at a point, wanted power at all costs, said, perish with your money. If Nigerians don't want to perish and destroy themselves, it is high time we tell people that want to buy our vote and not perform well to perish with their money. Otherwise, we'll keep on crying more than they believe, and we don't help us. We use our own hand to destroy ourselves.
All right. Still with Invicta 98.9. We're streaming with this program live. Join us on our Facebook page. Drop your comments there. And of course, our lines will be given out now. So call us on these numbers and be part of this conversation. Numbers to call 081 40,000 989. 081 40,000 989 or 070 87 800 989. 070 87 800 989. All right. We're getting your calls now, taking your calls now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I welcome your guest in person now, Mr. ALUKO. Kure is the name.
All right, Kure.
He has spoken very well. I keep on saying it. Except we remove that Namu before the country will move forward. It's only in this country somebody will loot, allegedly loot. At the end of the day, they will reward simply because he has good father there. If we didn't go the way of China, we are not going to move forward. Honestly, I keep on saying it. Till we remove sentiment, religious sentiment, tribal sentiment before we move forward. If not, we are not yet there. It's only in this country somebody will deceive us and tell us that terrorism will end up and they will still award him. You're supposed to question him. Why is he mean by that? And about giving federal government move the way. They should cut all the networks and deal with them decisively. If not, we are not yet there. Have a wonderful day.
All right, Kure, thank you. All right, still with your calls? I'll see you checking your calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Alabi.
Yes, good morning.
May God bless you for bringing my mentor. He has spoken as a true Nigeria. He he wants to see a better Nigeria. And by the grace of God, together we shall see a better Nigeria. I still remember humble self engineer Emmanuel. You see, whenever he's making input on Nigeria, he quotes the Bible now to make his argument clear. And that is the kind of human being I want. That's why I'm following wherever I see him making inputs on Nigeria. I'm just so excited. Now I want to ask him, with the election we saw in Ekiti, where we saw APC national chairman of Edo in INEC vest, now among people that are collecting results, is that what will happen come 2027? But I think we will not allow that to happen. Because I was expecting issue-based campaign. If you work for the people, then your work should speak for you, not bribing every sector. Then at the end of the day, they tell us to go to court. Then this time around, we will go to court, we will protect our votes. Because you promise us uninterrupted power, we are yet to see that. You promise us to protect lives and property, we are yet to see that. You promise us a robust economy, we are yet to see that. Only borrowing, that is the only thing we can show the achievement of this administration. Taxing Nigeria left, right, and center to an extent. They are telling us that we should brace up for a new tax policy that will come on board. Is that what they came to office to do? To suffer the people? If a leader will have the mind of the people, you won't be in Lagos for Salah. Lagos to Oyo State, how long will it take you to go and sympathize with those innocent children? Only what we had was for them to come back to Abuja and give brand new cards to women leaders of APC that they should go and showcase the good work of the husband. Meanwhile, our sons and daughters are in the forest. At this point in time, there's such an individual deserves second time. My mentor, I think Nigeria will speak because I see INEC compromising. Because if he told us that if what brought him was so difficult, is it not that it's inside he was allowed to take power? By the grace of God, we'll collect that power from him come 2027.
Well, that's Engineer Emmanuel there. Your opinion here, you're speaking for yourself, I'm sure, not for all Nigerians. Okay, we're still with your calls. Take one more. Get back to our guest this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Mike Baba.
Mike, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I just want to speak on the issue of security. Honestly, it's a slap in this nation. If we have a defense minister in Zamfara, and Trudy is located in Zamfara, why can't they remove that local government where he stays out of the map of Zamfara? Who is Trudy? Where is Metatine now? So I think they have given this man too long a rope. They have to remove the tap and not be pruning the branches every day in, day out. This will not help us out of this mess. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yes, I'll come back to you, ALUKO. Well, let me take it from the rear. Mike is putting his voice on Bello Turji, bandit leader, challenging the federal government of Nigeria and, of course, its people, saying that they must come to negotiation with him. And all of that, the slap on the military and, of course, all the security agencies. And so that something needs to be done. And Mike is saying that what will it take? You know his location, you know where the bandits are, get to them, flush them out. Your thoughts here, too.
Well, I totally agree with what most of the callers said, especially the last caller. We must have a reward system and a punitive measure for underperforming and those that didn't perform. And those that perform well, we must be able to reward them. There's no excuse for anybody to have kept those Nigerians in the forest for over 1 month now. 2-year-old son, 1-year-old son, pregnant women, with this national park is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. We must tell ourselves the truth. And anybody that is defending this government, whatever crime, let me ask you this. If it's your father that was kidnapped, or your mother, or your daughter, or your sister, will you be saying the same thing? We will not play politics with anything. A national park, and you are taking over a month. You cannot secure a national park. You cannot secure our own children. The same thing is happening elsewhere. It's just because your own was in the center of action. What about those one we never heard about? Most painfully, what about that businessman that paid 500 million? Do you know what 500 million is? A businessman, a farmer, paid 500 million, yet killed him. And there's no repercussion. This is where I am taking our leaders in the north. I'm taking them to the tax. Truly, they are leaders which I have not seen in many of them. How will you allow that type of evil to happen? And you are sitting down and saying you are negotiating with evil? You are negotiating with wickedness? I'm happy that all of us are talking about heaven. Some people will get to heaven, they will realize that the evil they encourage will take them to hell. So I totally believe we must have a way of punishing people. Either they are intervening, either they are in opposition. We must deliberately punish them and sanction them so that we can have a better future. And let me ask parents, I'm also a parent. Is this the Nigeria our forefather handed over to us? Is this the Nigeria we want to hand over to our coming generation? Where 1-year-old child is no more safe? Where teachers are no more safe? To be sincere, sometimes I am tempted to say that some of these are political gladiators and they are an extension of both Boko Haram, Iswa, and kidnappers. Some of them just want power to kidnap people, kidnap basic need of life. To be sincere, it's regrettable that we have some of them in public office. It is very, very regrettable. So Nigeria should wake up. In the coming election, don't vote anybody because it's your brother or your sister. Vote who can secure you. Vote who can defend you. Vote who will not allow your wife to be taken away. Vote who will not allow your wife to be raped. Let me tell you, there are good Nigerians that can do it if truly we don't allow sentiment to prevail over our head.
All right, we'll just take some, one or two comments from our Facebook page. Joe.
Okay. Inalego David Sule says that, watching us from Abuja, he says about insecurity and banditry, it's only God that will help us in this country because our leaders are not helping matters. To them, it is a normal thing. May God bless our country, Nigeria. Then Vincent Kinchai says that today's guest is on point. The worst is yet to happen if we keep holding on to sentiments that doesn't build a nation. The political class sadly see Nigeria as an avenue where their meal ticket comes from. Unfortunately, also our choices as Nigerians is always a choice between the devil and the deep blue sea. I can't see who the cap fits to govern Nigeria. They are all and the same thing. The utmost desire is to get power to fund their lifestyles and interests, not to make Nigeria better. That's a final message.
All right, ALUKO, we'll take your last line on our conversation this morning.
Well, let all of us repent and change our ways. 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, let my people according my name should repent and humble themselves and pray. But beyond prayer, we must hold people accountable. If your governor, your senator, your House of Reps, your House of Assembly members are not performing, push them at the poll. Vote them and disgrace them out of power. And don't just follow anybody in the name of opposition. They don't have credible programs that can save Nigeria from these squalors. We should not vote them. So Nigeria should also mobilize themselves, get the very best within their community, support them in this coming election, so that at the end of the day, it will be better Nigeria that will govern us. And let all of us fear God and repent and change our ways, because we will all give account at whatever level we are today. We will die one day and we will all give account to our Maker. And it's either heaven or hell. That's why repentance is key while we have life.
ALUKO Daniels, thank you for coming on the program with us this morning.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you. And that would just be the size of it on the program Perspectives this morning. And we're looking at elections and, of course, insecurity in Nigeria, side by side. Our guest has been ALUKO Daniels, a public affairs analyst, former union leader, and, of course, was at the Goodluck Jonathan's conference of 2014, putting his thoughts on developing stories in Nigeria. Well, thank you for staying in and listening in. Job Daniels, thank you for connecting us with the people. We'll come back with Perspective tomorrow. Have a good day.